Ever felt like your emotions in a relationship are a bit like a roller coaster ride? One moment you're on cloud nine, and the next you're in a whirlpool of confusion. Don't worry, you're not alone. In today's video, I'm diving into the world of emotions and relationships. We are going to unlock the secrets to finding emotional harmony and making your relationships stronger than ever. So, if you're ready to turn those complicated feelings into a roadmap for happiness, stick around. Hi, I'm Silke. If you are new to my channel, I'm a psychologist and life coach, and I make videos for handling typical social interactions. All right, let's jump right in. You know, those complex feelings like anger, jealousy, and fear can really create distance if we don't manage them well. I've been there myself, feeling overwhelmed by emotions and not knowing quite how to handle them. It's like having a storm brewing inside you, and if you don't address it, it can spill over into your relationships and create a mess. The first step, I believe, is recognizing these emotions for what they are. They're not your enemies, though they might feel like it sometimes. They are signals trying to tell us something about what we need or what's missing, something important. The real challenge is addressing them constructively. This is where open communication comes in. I really can't stress enough how vital it is to talk about how you're feeling. When we own our emotions and communicate openly, we are not just unloading on someone else. We are inviting them into our world, allowing them to understand us better. Now, let's talk about emotional needs in relationships. Every relationship, whether romantic or platonic, thrives on certain emotional needs being met. Think about affection, acceptance, validation, and trust. These aren't just nice to haves, they're essential ingredients for a healthy relationship. When these needs are met, it creates a sense of security and intimacy. I remember early in my marriage, there were times when I felt my emotional needs weren't being met. It was like there was this invisible wall between us. But once we started talking about it, and I mean really talking, it was like that wall began to crumble. We learned to understand each other's needs better, and it brought us closer than ever. Meeting emotional needs isn't always easy, though. It takes effort and a willingness to be vulnerable. It's about making the other person feel seen and heard, like they're important to you. A simple example is showing affection. It can be as small as a hug at the end of a long day, or as significant as being there for someone when they need it most. These acts of affection communicate love and care without even needing words. Acceptance and validation play a huge role too. We all want to feel accepted for who we are, flaws and all. I remember a client of mine who struggled with feeling validated in her relationship. She often felt her opinions were brushed aside. Once she communicated this to her partner, they both worked on creating a space where she felt heard and valued. It made a world of difference in their relationship. Lastly, there's trust. Trust is like the foundation of any relationship. Without it, everything else can fall apart. Building trust takes time, and sometimes it requires us to be brave and take risks. But trust me, it's worth it. I once had to rebuild trust in a friendship that had been damaged by misunderstandings. It wasn't easy, but through honest conversations and consistency, we managed to repair what was broken. So, whether you are navigating the emotional needs in a romantic relationship, with friends, or even at work, remember that open communication and understanding are your best tools. Be willing to own your feelings and invite others to do the same. It's a journey and sometimes a challenging one, but the rewards of deep, fulfilling relationships are well worth the effort. All right, I think we laid the groundwork for the next part of today's video, and that would be strategies for navigating those complex emotions. First things first, let's talk about communication. I always say it's the bedrock of any relationship. When emotions are running high, It's crucial to keep the dialogue open and honest. Imagine trying to navigate a maze without a map. That's what it's like trying to understand each other without clear communication. One way to make this easier is by using I statements. Instead of saying, "You make me so frustrated," try, "I feel frustrated when this happens." It's a subtle shift, but trust me, it works wonders. It helps express your feelings without putting the other person on the defensive. I remember a time when I had a bit of a misunderstanding with my partner. I was quick to say, "You always do this." And you can guess how that went. But when I switched to, "I feel upset when this happens," it opened up a whole new level of understanding between us. Now, let's move on to empathy and patience. These are like the dynamic duo when it comes to dealing with complex emotions. It's about stepping into the other person's shoes and trying to see the world from their perspective. There was this time when a friend of mine was going through a tough spot. I kept thinking, why can't they just snap out of it? But once I took the time to really listen and validate their feelings, our bond strengthened. It wasn't about agreeing with everything they felt. It was about acknowledging that their feelings were real and important. Patience plays a huge role here too, because emotional growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. And sometimes it takes longer than we expect. But that's okay. Being patient with ourselves and others can create a nurturing environment where everyone feels safe to express their true feelings. Finally, let's chat about boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is like building a fence around a beautiful garden. It protects what's inside and lets others know how to treat it with care. Boundaries prevent frustration and resentment from creeping in. I remember when I first started setting boundaries in my relationships. It felt awkward at first, like I was putting up walls. But over time, I realized that boundaries are actually bridges to better understanding and respect. It's crucial to communicate these boundaries clearly, of course. If you are feeling overwhelmed and need some space, say it. If you need support, ask for it. It's all about ensuring that there's mutual respect and understanding. So there you have it. Navigating complex emotions isn't always easy, but with open communication, empathy, patience, and healthy boundaries, it's definitely doable. Remember, it's all about creating a supportive environment where everyone feels heard and respected. Okay, let's get to the last aspect here and explore the trends in relationship emotions as we head further into 2025. It's fascinating how emotional intelligence is becoming such a cornerstone in our connections with others. I mean, think about it. In today's fast paced world, we are all looking for something real, something substantial. It's no longer just about finding someone to hang out with. It's about finding someone who truly gets us on an emotional level. Back in the day, relationships often revolved around shared interests or physical attraction. But now, emotional availability has taken center stage. People are craving partners who can not only handle their own emotions, but also understand and support theirs. I remember a time when I was dating someone who just couldn't grasp the concept of emotional depth. It felt like talking to a wall, and I realized how important it was for me to be with someone who could engage in conversations about feelings and emotional growth. This shift towards valuing emotional intelligence is also fueling the trend of intentional dating. Gone are the days when dating was just about going through the motions to see what sticks. Now, it's all about being purposeful in our interactions, seeking out those authentic connections that go beyond surface level chit chat. It's like we are all saying, no more games, let's be real with each other. This approach encourages emotional depth, allowing us to build relationships that have a strong foundation of trust and understanding. I can think of a friend who recently embarked on this intentional dating journey. She decided to be upfront about her desire for a meaningful relationship from the get go. At first, she was worried it might scare people off, but to her surprise, it attracted like minded individuals who were also seeking genuine connections. The conversations were richer, and the bonds she formed were more enduring. It's amazing how being intentional can transform the dating experience into something truly fulfilling. As we move through 2025, it's clear that these trends are here to stay. People are prioritizing emotional intelligence and authenticity in their relationships because they understand the power of genuine emotional connections. It's about finding someone who will not only stand by you during good times, but also support you through life's challenges. So, whether you're single and exploring the dating scene or in a committed relationship, remember that emotional intelligence is key. Strive for those authentic connections that nourish your soul and bring out the best in both you and your partner. In wrapping up our exploration of emotions in relationships, it's clear that achieving emotional harmony requires understanding and addressing complex feelings like anger, jealousy, and fear. These emotions, while challenging, are signals that guide us toward what we need. Recognizing them is the first step. And open communication is crucial in navigating these waters. By expressing emotions with I statements, we foster understanding without defensiveness. Emotional needs such as affection, acceptance, validation, and trust from the bedrock of any relationship, from the bedrock. When these needs are met, they create security and intimacy. My own experiences have shown that discussing these needs openly can dissolve invisible walls, bringing partners closer together. It's about making the other person feel seen and valued, whether through simple acts of affection or ensuring they feel heard and accepted. Empathy and patience are vital in managing complex emotions. Stepping into someone else's shoes helps us understand their perspective, fostering stronger bonds. Emotional growth is a journey that requires time and patience, creating a safe space for genuine expression. Setting healthy boundaries is equally important as they protect our emotional well-being and communicate respect. Looking ahead to 2025, emotional intelligence is becoming central in relationships, with a shift towards valuing genuine connections over superficial interactions. Intentional dating is on the rise, encouraging deeper, more meaningful bonds. People are seeking partners who understand and support their emotional needs, creating relationships grounded in trust and authenticity. In conclusion, navigating complex emotions in relationships involves open communication, empathy, patience, and healthy boundaries. As we embrace these principles, we foster environments where everyone feels respected and understood. Prioritizing emotional intelligence and authenticity leads to fulfilling relationships that endure life's challenges, nourishing both individuals and their connections. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. Perhaps you will also like my other videos and shorts about emotions and emotional intelligence here on YouTube. You'll find all the links to those in the description. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you won't miss any of my future new videos. If you subscribe to my channel, it's a free way to support me and it helps me make more helpful content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video.